To hope in 2020 that she would balance the ticket, and it turns out they're right. Her loopy incompetence balances his musty senility.
She's the insurance policy against the 25th Amendment.
Yes, exactly.
And of course they had to search far and wide to find somebody more buffoonish than Joe Biden himself, and they wanted to get somebody that wasn't going to outshine him, and they succeeded. Oftentimes these elections, they really pop when both sides wind up wanting the same thing to be a prominent issue. And if Democrats want Kamala Harris to be a prominent issue, so do Democrats. I mean, so do Republicans.
Yep.
And it's going to. And I don't think it's going to. I don't think Democrats are going to win that fight. But I think it's really interesting that a lot of her supporters are they're grateful that the White House is now focusing on Kamala Harris. But the only reason they're focusing on Kamala Harris is because the White House now views her as a drag on the ticket, which doesn't seem to be. It's not like they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart. But this is what happens, and I hate to go here, but it's true. If you're playing identity politics and you pick her because she checks a couple of the boxes on identity politics, you can't be surprised that she's incompetent because you didn't look at competency when you picked her.
See, I disagree with you. I don't think you hated to go there. But you made me think that, like, if they picked Kamala because she's inferior to Joe Biden as a VP, how will they ever get a VP for Kamala?
Yes.
Because it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse.
They could get Dylan Mulvaney.
Oh, there you go.
And it would be.
Don't put that out there.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Dana, can she be fixed? They act like she's a broken computer. I mean, they think that they could just turn her off or unplug her and then plug her back in.
I think we're on our 9th reset of Kamala Harris, and I thought it was pretty interesting in the articles this morning to find out she has not had a communications director for several months. That's a very coveted job.
Yeah.
You want a White House comms director for the Vice President of the United States? Like, who wouldn't want that job? Turns out nobody wants the job. I also think that they've realized that Republicans will, let's see if they can communicate it well, but imagine the ad that says, if Joe Biden wins, every single day for the next 4 years could be Kamala's inauguration day. And get that swirling around, because I'm not saying that people vote because of a vice presidential choice. They usually have a very limited amount of effect on a ticket. That could be very different this year. I also feel like they're trying to talk her up. So Axelrod's like, yep, they're playing hurt, but we're only halfway through the season, and we're going to make it through, and they're going to be fine, and we're going to win in the end.
You can do an ad and count how many heartbeats closer to the presidency Kamala Harris is now.
One.
Do we have a call for? I believe it's one of her latest word salads.
Oh,
pretty good. Do we have that up and ready? All right, then let's roll it, Sean. Jeez.
I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
It's interesting. You were actually crying, Jessica. You were crying. You were moved by it. That's your vice president. That's your party. You must be ashamed of yourself.
It's all of our vice presidents. I'm not.
She's not my vice president. No, that's a joke.
Yeah, no, I got it. I made my Greg, you're joking face, but that could be serious. The time talking is not ideal. We've had a passage of time incident before, and it goes on too long. That was not her most coherent of comments, but every moment that Democrats spend doing this, they're not focusing on Republicans. And that's what we're up against. Everyone knew that Joe Biden was going to announce, question of whether it was going to be April 25th or June 20th, whatever it was.